Hello, my beautiful beings. Locking down the truth with Marci Lock. So I had a thought I just wanted to share with you because I just got interviewed for something, and I'm actually about to jump on a call with the producers and everyone for the documentary as well. And this keeps coming up, and that people are like, you went from, $2 an hour waitress, with a 1 and a 4-year-old to feed, $10 to your name, to, multimillionaire, having people charge you, you charge up to $1 million to work with, or people getting to work with me for a year. And you did that in 6 years. And it being like, how did you transform into that? And a lot of people don't hear really the story of, starting from a very young age programmed for poverty and having sicknesses and diseases and, heart attack, breast cancer, rape attempts, stalker, like all these things. The world is scary. People are scary. The world's out to get you. All these things that I was raised in and really programmed into being. And something that I find very interesting, I just want you to hear, and this is why it is the internal game that creates that pathway to go, and there is no such thing as time. It can be as easy or as hard as you want to make it. And this is the thing. Every single one of us is here to learn lessons. You can decide if you learn those lessons harmoniously, like in a graceful way, or if you choose suffering instead, because every one of us is here to just learn and experience what we want to learn and experience. And so pain is a part of our process, which is just an emotion that says, ooh, feedback, this isn't working, but suffering is a choice. And so the thing that I really wanted to allow some insight around is that most people don't know that by 35 years old, I think it's 95%, it might be even higher, of your thoughts and your actions are all memorized. And so even your body becomes addicted to the chemical reaction responses of what you programmed as your identity. So for instance, with me being programmed with poverty and scarcity and life being hard and sacrifice and struggle, that becomes how you feel. That becomes your addicted chemical reaction in your body. And so now, this is where we find ways where our ego mind wants to create ways to trigger our scared little self to try to keep us in these comfort zones, because this is actually what we're addicted to. But the thing I really want you to understand is that if all the operating systems don't say something different, you're actually still reaffirming and choosing the same. So instead of it being that, just got a call, paused, and moving on. I love the quote by Einstein that says, no problem can ever be solved from the same state in which it was created. So if at the core, one space of your being is your feelings, right? And if at the core your space of feeling says, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving of this, like poverty is all that I know, but up here you're saying the words of like, I love receiving money, like surface self-empowerment, it doesn't match up, and no wonder you don't manifest it. And so I just want you to take on this little thought of acting as your future self. And that if your thoughts, your perceptions of how you see the world, the words that you're using, and the feelings you're having are not all matching up to the self you want to be experiencing, you're still choosing the reactions and the patterns and the beliefs and the things that are reaffirming the old. To have new self, you get to act as that new self instead of acting as the old self. And that's a little piece of it. And actually, if you want some insight around it, I'll just say this. I know I have my Freedom audios for free on marcilockmentoring.com, and that is going to give you some massive insight into checking in with like how you're operating and how to choose a moment at a time, a different operation. So then that becomes your operating system. So then we create these new neural pathways, and it gets easier and easier and easier, and that just becomes you. Instead of acting subconsciously right now in the old neural pathways, not sure how to change it, but just realizing that you don't have what you want. So it's time to do something different. And obviously 2017 is close. Do something different. This can be your year. This can be your moment. And it does not take a long time when you simply choose to look within. It just gets easier. Love you guys. Power choice is yours. Choose your best life. Lock it down.